Most of the companies posted to the western forts were infantry, not cavalry. Even at peak strength, the cavalry never accounted for more than a third of the troops on the frontier. And unlike the forts we've seen in cowboy movies, most western forts didn't have walls. Fortifications are the stuff of warfare, but after the Civil War, the Army centered on its role as a frontier police force rather than as a force to be pitted against other modern armies. Consequently, most military posts of the middle and late 19th century were open forts, sprawling, self-sufficient military communities often covering dozens of acres. Perimeter walls were more typical of the small, lightly manned trading forts of the early 19th century. These civilian forts often preceded military posts and were built before the development of fixed ammunition and repeating firearms. This is not to say that walled military forts are a Hollywood invention. In the northern plains, where conflicts with the Great Sioux Nation rose to the level of sustained warfare, many forts were stockaded. But most western forts weren't intended for military action. In its emerging role as a frontier constabulary, the Army established most of its outposts for supply and defense of settler wagon trains, protection of railroad construction and telegraph crews, implementation of Indian treaty provisions, including distribution of annuities, enforcement of Indian treaty rights, and peacekeeping among antagonistic tribes thrown together by forced relocation or migration pressures created by European expansion.